During World War II, rocket artillery demonstrated superior firepower coverage compared to traditional tube artillery, and became one of the main equipment for the land forces of various countries after the war. In the 1950s and 1960s, rocket artillery developed towards larger calibers and longer ranges. In the early 1970s, West Germany, the United Kingdom, and Italy planned to develop a new rocket artillery system, which later became known as RS80. The Germans called it RS80 Mars, Medium Artillery Rocket System. The project aimed to build a large-caliber rocket artillery system capable of accurately striking targets 60 to 70 kilometers away. The rockets were unguided ammunition, and in addition to conventional high-explosive rounds, they also included cluster munitions. 3 companies were involved in the development: MBB from West Germany, Hunting Engineering from the UK, and Otto Melara from Italy. The RS-80 rocket artillery was mounted on the chassis of the West German Leopard 1 main battle tank. The chassis' power and suspension components seemed unchanged, but the rotating seat for the gun turret was removed and replaced with the rocket launcher. The original position of the turret ring was relatively forward, and the launch tubes were too long, so the launcher faced the rear of the vehicle. The rocket artillery had a caliber of 280 mm and a total of 6 launch tubes, arranged in groups of 3 on each side rather than in a conventional multi-row structure. This arrangement, as well as the fact that the launch tubes were enclosed in a polygonal armored shell, was quite unusual. Due to the weight of the 280 mm rockets, they could not be loaded manually, so the system also required the development of dedicated ammunition transport/supply vehicles. The UK hoped for high-precision rockets with faster flight speeds to reduce the time to target, which was somewhat challenging with the technology available at the time. This caused some difficulties for the German company MBB, responsible for ammunition development. Their projectiles had a range of only 40 to 60 kilometers, leading to disagreements among the 3 countries and the UK's withdrawal from the cooperation in 1975, leaving West Germany and Italy to continue the project. However, little substantial progress was made by the German and Italian teams in the following years. By the late 1970s, West Germany proposed an improved version called Lars 2, and at one point, they refused to install the rocket artillery system on the main battle tank chassis. The differences between the countries had a significant impact on the development of RS-80, but the project was ultimately dealt a fatal blow by the American M270 rocket artillery system. The development of the M270 began several years after the RS-80, with work starting in 1977 and deliveries beginning in 1983. The US military deployed it to Europe, and subsequently West Germany, Italy, and other countries acquired this equipment. With readily available equipment, there was no longer a need to continue researching the RS-80, and the joint project of the 3 countries came to an end in the 1980s. The only prototype vehicle that was built was preserved after testing and is now displayed as a unique exhibit in the German Armor Museum.